Hi, Katie and Nate. It's my pleasure to present you with this video walkthrough of the itinerary I've arranged for your adventure in Costa Rica this September. It's loosely set, so after you review, you are welcome to request whatever changes you'd like. Pricing does reflect 2 guests for every travel element, but are not confirmed until time of booking. So keep in mind that prices may fluctuate between now and when you make your final payments. So let me share my screen and we'll get right into it. Okay. Okay, so to begin, I have you departing from Madison on Tuesday, September 24th, and returning 1 week later on Tuesday, October 1st. Flights and hotels are less expensive on these dates than if you travel on a weekend. Additionally, September is considered Costa Rica's rainy season, so prices are more affordable during this month. Don't be bothered by the weather. It's also the best time to see wildlife, and there will be fewer tourists. The connections between flights here are a little closer than I prefer at only an hour, but you do arrive in just over 7 hours, which is a pretty speedy arrival time. If you are the type to carry on instead of check your luggage, you would have less chance of your bags getting lost in the short transition. There is a flight out of Milwaukee at a similar time for about $75 less, but I thought the Madison flight was a shorter commute given how early you'd have to arrive for this flight. Once in San Jose, I do have a couple of options for getting to La Fortuna. That is about 3.5 hours away. I have you tentatively booked on a round trip private shuttle as the public buses and shuttle schedules don't mesh with your arrival time. This does make for a long travel day, both coming and going. Alternatively, you could opt to rent a car. If you choose this option, I provide tips for driving during rainy season in Costa Rica, which does require some preparation. I am also including a hotel comparison along with the email that accompanies this video. So you can look at a couple of other properties, but for the purposes of this proposal, I have you booked at a mid-range property near Arenal Volcano. It's called Baldy Hot Springs Hotel and Spa. It's a 3-star hotel with 25 thermal pools on site, available for guests and visitors who purchase a day pass. It's centrally located between the city of La Fortuna and attractions such as La Fortuna Waterfall, the Northfields Coffee Tour, and it has views of Arenal Volcano. So you can take a look at some of the pictures of the property here. You can just scan through them and see if this is a property that looks to your liking. And again, you can do some research on your own and just determine if that's what you're most excited about. So on day one, just a little bit of information on the region. On day one, I have you off bright and early on your first full day. You can switch these around however you like, but I do recommend scheduling your highest priorities first thing in the morning, as the rains tend to show up later in the afternoon and evening. So to get an all-around impression of the Costa Rican rainforest, I have you on a leisurely safari float. This is on the Penas Blancas River. The tour does pick you up and drop you off at your hotel, so there's no need for local transportation. It concludes with a visit to a local farm where you will get a tasty snack and learn about the crops native to the area of the country. After a day of being on the water, you might like to take in the thermal pools at your own resort and then enjoy dinner at the hotel's restaurant. I'd recommend making reservations prior to the safari so you don't have to think about where you'll eat when you return. Okay, so for day two, I have you scheduled for an ATV experience through the jungle around Arenal Volcano. If you'd rather hike, I can also recommend a 4-hour guided tour, which will take you along some beautiful trails and a little bit more of a more intimate adventure. When I travel, I like to have one thing planned each day with time to explore on my own. So that's what I've done for you as well. If you'd like more options each day, I'm happy to provide them. And I've also included some restaurant recommendations that other travel advisors and tourism centers have suggested. So you can take a look at those as well. On Friday, day 3, I'm recommending you take some time to explore La Fortuna proper, beginning with a trip to La Fortuna waterfall and then the hanging bridges for a treetop view of the rainforest. These are two things that are often included in tours, but you don't have to do them. You could book them independently, I guess, is what I'm saying. You do not need to be with a guided tour in order to see both of these attractions. On day and on Saturday, I have a complete day at your leisure. This is day 4. You may simply want to explore some of the other thermal springs in the area. Ask your hotel concierge what they recommend you do that is within walking distance of your hotel. Pick another tour or choose one of the alternate ones that I've listed here for you. And on Sunday, I have a chocolate tour scheduled, but you could exchange that for a late afternoon cocktail making class, which also includes dinner if that's more to your liking. And then on your final day, I've given you an option between a full day trip to Tenorio Volcano National Park or rappelling down waterfalls, both adventures, which should leave a strong impression as you wrap up your experience in Costa Rica. Your final day, you will have to check out quite early after breakfast to take your private shuttle back to the San Jose airport and arrive 3 hours prior to your departure back to the US. It's another long day as you don't get into Madison until after 11 p.m. So I give you permission to take the next day off to recover if you need that and to get reacclimated. This entire itinerary, if you were to, let me stop sharing here. If you were to book all of the tours as listed, would cost, it's pricing out at about $4,060. You may choose to switch some of the tours out or plan more independent exploration, which would reduce costs. And you may also consider a different hotel property. Like I said, I'm sending some for comparison for you to review. So take some time, comb through these options. Let me know of any questions or concerns. Feel free also to send me any suggestions of things you may have seen in your own research, and I'll try to incorporate them. But once the itinerary is finalized to your liking, I'll send a credit card authorization form and book the elements that you request. So thanks for this opportunity to assist with your Costa Rican adventure, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.